Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, how to clean your cabin air filter, or in my case, replace your cabin air filter. In a lot of cars, especially the Prius, you have your cabin air filter near the front of the vehicle. So I have the hood open here. And a common issue, you may have either leaves, acorns, other debris get into your cabin air filter, clog the filter, and actually impact the flow of air into the car. And you may compensate as a driver by turning your air conditioner up higher, causing your compressor that runs that Freon a little bit harder, which in turn would then drain more energy from your hybrid battery and in extreme cases, even decrease mileage. So this is an important maintenance step. It's something that there are other videos listed on YouTube for the 2010 to 2015 Prius. However, I want to talk about the importance and also stress exactly what you can do if you don't want to shell out the money for a new filter. All right, so that said, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so for me, step one is going to be to make sure that all the debris that's listed or that I can see here is just removed. I don't need to have any of this here, so I'm going to clear this out just to prevent any of this stuff from getting into the new filter when I go ahead and jump and put that new one in. Okay, so with most of that removed, you can get a vacuum cleaner, suck out the rest of this if you still have more in here, or if, again, it's an extreme case and you have lots of debris in here, you can actually pop these tabs up, as you see here, all along the front, and as, well, you'll also need to take off these two bolts here for your wipers, but then this whole unit can actually come out. That may be a future video to do the spark plugs, which are actually back here, which you can't reach, but that said, that is another option that you have, but a vacuum cleaner will take care of you almost every time. So once that's done there, I'm going to go ahead and close the hood, jump into the vehicle, and show you where you can access the filter. Okay, and I'm actually taking a quick look at the maintenance guide here, or I guess it's just the main guide for your car here, and it shows you a couple steps of how to get to the cabin air filter. So first step is make sure the car is off. The second one is to open the glove box, remove a piece, and then make sure that you squeeze the glove box together to get to it. Second page here, there's a little door that we'll make sure we open, and then we simply remove the filter, and then some instructions on how to clean it. All right, so now that we've gotten a quick overview of what this will look like, I'm going to go ahead and close this book and jump right over to the glove box. So here is what this will look like here. So I'll open the door. In there is a small piece. So I'm going to turn on the light there, and there's this, they call it a grommet, but it's really kind of a compressor. So you just simply pull straight out, that will pull off, and then you can just move it off to the side. Now, it might be harder to see here, you have a little, see this little tab? When I push in on the glove box, it pops out. There's one of those on either side. I recommend doing the other side first. That one's just impossible to see. So once you pull that out like that, then you pull this side straight out, and then with that grommet still removed, you'll take the whole glove box and drop it straight out. Now, I say straight out, you have on the back side here, those little connector pieces there, they kind of rest in on those tabs. So when we put it back in, we'll go ahead and look at that. So here is our cabin air filter. So we have an arrow that says up, so we'll reference that when we go to put this back on, but there's a tab right here on the right side. We'll push that in, pull this straight out, and then there's two little tabs, or there's one tab on the left there. We will make sure not to break that and put that in the glove box. And then here is the air filter. So you can see the airflow is going from top to bottom, which makes sense because we already saw from up there that it is flowing down. So I'm gonna actually pull this straight out, and we can take a look here, and sure enough, you see all sorts of debris in there. Now, I've actually never replaced this on this car. That said, I don't drive in very dusty conditions, so that is also a very important factor to consider when you're replacing your cabin air filter. Toyota does recommend generally every 5,000 to 15,000 miles that this gets replaced. Really depends on, where you drive, dusty roads, gravel roads, etc. But for me, it's just easier for me to replace the filter entirely. And the filter that I got here is actually from Amazon. I'll have a link in the description. It was $8, and I actually signed up to have this arrive roughly every 8 months to replace on both of my 2010 Priuses. You can even see here I actually have some leaves and other debris that's made its way in. And yeah, this is pretty dirty, and you may not notice it over time because it will build up. So I haven't personally noticed it, but I know that it's been a while, so that was actually what prompted me to go ahead and replace it. Now, in some rare cases, you also, and it looks like our blower motor there is actually pretty clean, but in some cases, some of this debris can come from up there where we had that intake, and it can actually clog up your blower motor. And you could have all sorts of debris in there. You could have acorns, who knows what else. And that can actually also cause your airflow to be interrupted. So also something to probably check. I'm just sticking my camera in there, taking a quick look, and it looks pretty clean. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and open this filter up, and then we will go from there. Okay, so the filter looks identical. Somehow it is also the same brand. I'm going to think that the previous owner likely replaced it with the exact same brand. So that's kind of cool. So it's the exact same filter. You can see this one's nice and clean. Compare it to the old, and you can see there's a significant difference, both in color and the amount of junk that's in that filter. So just looking at the airflow, it was pointing down when we pulled it out. So I'll take the old one, I'll put it over here. Now, if yours wasn't as dirty as mine, you could follow the directions in your manual, which say to blow compressed air. Obviously, when you blow compressed air, you're not going to be blowing it into the filter from the dirty side to the clean side. You'll be flipping this over to this side, and you'll be blowing it from the what looks like the clean side back out, which will work. You certainly can do that if it's not very dirty. But again, given that this is $8, this isn't something, and I don't have an air compressor on hand to make that, to actually complete that clean. So I just bought a new one for $8. All I'm going to do is slide that right back in. So it goes straight back in. And what will look, you'll actually see some empty space here. That's fine. That's completely normal. You can see where it makes that seal right there. So I'll just have that sit down there. It'll also look like it's sticking out, but again, trust me, it's not. You will then grab your cover, and like I said, we'll note that that says up right there on the bottom right. It also has a nice big L on the right side. Again, kind of ironically that it says L and it is on the right side, but you do have your clip on that right side as well. So we'll take that tab. You'll notice there's a slot to put that tab, so we'll go ahead and put that tab right in the slot. And then you'll close it up. You'll get a nice click. You can also pull on it. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So now I'm going to take my glove box. You see the two tabs, one there, one there. I'm going to line those up right here. So you can see I have tab and tab. Oh, that one wasn't quite lined up. That's why you check. And you'll actually be able to push them in like I just did there. Nice big clunk. And then when you're good there, you're just going to push it right back up. And I'm going to watch out for this grommet, but you'll actually be able to see, there's that tab right there. You'll watch it go right into place. And then it will not allow it to go back down. Then I simply take the grommet, which actually allows it to close slowly. So I'll push it forward, clip that right in, then test out the button, and it opens nice and slowly. Wow, that is dirty. I will clean that out, but that is it as far as changing the cabin air filter. Lots of potential for problems. I actually had it before where I had it on full blast. It felt like it was on one fan mode. So hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and like this video. If you have any other video ideas or things you'd like to see related to hybrid vehicle tech, go ahead and put it in the comments below. I'll be happy to read and respond to all comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.